Okay, we are officially recording. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Um, we are this morning. We're going to talk about a segment of no saying no to home rule. I would like to bring forth my first guest, uh, Mr. Ivan Acosta Velez. I would like to introduce him so that he can share the important issues and, if not, um, his position and how he feels about the homeroom charter being implemented into our city. His thoughts, his views as a Lancasterian for so many years who has done so much in our community and our city with many influencers. Without further ado, here's Yvonne. If you can just let us know how long you've been living in Lancaster, give us a brief description on your background, and we can take it from there.
Okay, my name is Ivan Acosta. I was born in the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. I came to the States when I was 2 weeks old. Um, we moved to New Jersey first, then Massachusetts. Then my mom had family in Lancaster County, and I've been here many decades. I don't want you to know my age by that. I also worked at Willow Street as a teacher. I was involved in a lot of committees here, also on the Puerto Rican Parade committee for many years, and I've been very involved. I've also run for council various times, and I lost, but that's okay. I think it's got my messages out there.
Good. So thank you for your service. I definitely want to personally say thank you to what you have done in our community for our community and how you have been a voice for our community primarily. So during the process of you going and confronting um, these individuals, would you say that I, I mean, what has been your experience? I know there was some challenges you were facing with the city that possibly we can just clear the air on, since there are some skeptics and there are some questions um, with folks in the city that want to know, because of your absence or where have you been? Why has things transpired, and what can you share primarily?
I can't share too much because there might be a lawsuit. I'll be very honest on the thing, so I need to be very careful what I share.
Okay.
But the people that do know me, not the people that think they know me, not the people that think they're my friends, the people that are my friends and do know me, like my family, and even some of my family don't know me. But the people that are like my family, they might not have my blood, but they're my family. And the people that know me, how many times I've been in politics and I've helped, it's very important for us to vote. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for everything that you
You're
do in our
welcome.
community and getting the information out. You invited me for the vote no for the home rule. And the reason I'm voting no for the home rule is because taxes are going to go up, the crime is going to go up, and things have been changing. But guess what? It's going to affect you that are listening, you that are near there. Because how is it going to affect me? It's going to affect you with your water bill, with your light bill. And if you're renting homes, guess what? The landlord is going to pass it over to you. Okay. The government might be paying half of your rent, but guess what? The half of your rent or whatever they're paying or the percentage, it's going to go up. Now, like they're trying to say to people that this is not going to make any change. It's going to be the same home rule. And to explain what is home rule is like the Constitution of the city of Lancaster. Now, it's not going to affect it. Then why are we having so much planning? Why are we lying about it? And why are we spending so much time on this when we have so many problems?
True. That's true, and I do believe that's a lot of questions that people need to, question themselves. Why are these things happening? Why are they lying specifically? Like one person says one thing, the other person says another thing, and we could never know what the truth is. What is the final end game? We have yet to know the final end game. So, if you can share, with the people, what is the we know that it's going to affect our taxes. We know that prices are going to go up in real estate. Prices are going to go up in property taxes. Prices are going to go up in the everyday life, even in income taxes. But to get it to our people, not to make this a discriminatory action, just to get it to the people. Why is it important to vote, Ivan? Why is it important for us to share? Um, these videos and be intentional, especially now with what is being implemented into our city with this homeroom charter, and maybe share something in Spanish so that the viewers can understand también en español, also in Spanish, um, coming from Ivan Acosta, Velez, why we need to vote.
Es bien importante que sepan que lo que están tratando de hacer es cambiar la constitución de la ciudad de Lancaster. Ellos dicen que no va a haber muchos cambios porque la pregunta que yo le hago, no va a haber muchos cambios. Sí va a haber muchos cambios, sí te van a subir los impuestos. Y cuando tú vas a la tienda a comprar huevos o a comprar pan, ves qué caro están. So, ¿tú te crees que el dueño que tú le renta o tú que eres dueño de tu casa no vas a pagar más? Sí vas a pagar más. So, eso es lo que tienes que ver, que esto te están mintiendo. Te dicen que el cajo es colorado y cuando vienes a ver el cajo es azul. O te dicen que el cajo es azul y cuando vienes a ver el carro es negro. Y hay gente que está hablando de esto y no viven ni en la ciudad, sí trabajan para la ciudad, pero no viven aquí. ¿Ok? Eso te va a afectar a ti. Hace años atrás que hicimos lo que se llama no redistricting, pero que hicieron evaluaciones de los impuestos, que esto iba a resolver el problema. Mira, lo hicieron como más de 20 años atrás y todavía no han resuelto. Antes te mandaban un bill por donde tú trabajabas, si trabajaba aquí o trabajaba allá y pagaba. Lo volvieron otra forma y todavía no ha dado. ¿Por qué? Porque es bien fácil gastar dinero que no es tuyo en situaciones. ¿Y qué pasa? Que hay gente que se sienta en el comité de asambleístas y como ellos tienen su chavo y dicen que son hispanos o que son americanos o que son franceses y no son nada. Porque nosotros tenemos que ver como cristianos, tenemos que, las iglesias de Dios tienen que despertar. Y despertar quiere sacudirse. ¿Por qué? You need to wake up if you're a church. Because this is going to affect your members. It's going to affect your city. It's going to affect you. Taxes will go up. But guess what? People are not doing a good job of spending your money. And you can know when they fix a street, they make a mistake and they made all these holes and all those white things, whatever they want to call it, even in blocking churches, and it's affecting you. Now, we're going to, no. You need to do it by voting. You need to get out there and vote no. I'm voting no. You might vote something else. But guess what? A lot of the people that are making comments don't even live in the city. They work for the city, but they don't even live in the city. Okay? And that should affect you and make you think and say, they're spending all this time, they're spending all this stuff to make a change, and it's not going to change it, then why are we spending all this time? Why are we electing people for the committee to study this? And you go to the committee, they don't answer your questions, they write them down, we'll get back to you. Vas al comité y te dicen, mira, escribe la pregunta que nosotros te llamamos para atrás, y nunca te llaman. Okay.
Y eso, y te voy a decir que eso me pasaba a mí. Yo he ido para estos meetings y yo puse mi comentario y yo le estoy preguntando preguntas y yo le estoy, le digo todo y como él dice, todavía hasta el sol de hoy no me ha llamado. They haven't comment, no me respondieron, todavía estoy esperando. So, discúlpame, pero sigue.
No hay problema. En Puerto Rico dicen que caballo viejo se vende lejos. Okay? They say in Puerto Rico that you sell an old horse far. They're selling something to us that is not going to happen. And you think taxes are not going to go up? They're lying to you. They are going to go up. Now, they say this will resolve if we put yes on home rule. No, it's not going to resolve. It's going to affect you, your kids, your grandchildren, your grandma, your grandpa. People are going to start losing houses. I remember a long time,
They
a
already
good
are.
friend of mine that lived in Garden Court, and she said, Ivan, they're trying to get us out of the city. And they did that with old Lancaster. Okay, remember that was all, and they were going to fix it, and they were going to have some of us. Guess what? There's none of us there. Very few. There's only one person that I love very much, and I want to say hi to you. He lives there, and I think he's the only one of my community that lives there. And it's hard. We need to say no. And if you think your elected officials are not lying to you, I'm going to tell you another story. They are lying to you, okay? Because what they want is the control, okay? Right now, if they're going to raise anything, it has to go by the rules that are in the state, okay? And they have to prove to the state that they need those taxes. Okay, and what they do when you don't agree with you, they try to get you that you're a criminal. They try to get charges on you. They try to invade you. They try to make your neighbors be mad with you. They use the police.
Wow.
Okay, and the police is there to help and serve everybody, not a couple of people. Another thing that bothers me lately, I've seen some officers, and I'm sorry I'm mentioning this, I'm mentioning it now, that they have their flags there. The flag that you should have is United States flag that unites them. Now, when you have a festival, I understand. I'm Puerto Rican, I'm very proud of my flag, but I'm very proud to be an American. So we're all Americans, and we need to work together. Taxes are going to go up if you vote yes. Redistricting is going to make a difference. Not only that, there's other things that they're planning behind this. So please wake up, and in November the 5th, vote no. Okay? Because they say, oh, it's not going to change. Then why are we spending so much time? Why are we so many committees? Why are the little minimal questions are not answered? Why are we seeing that every day as we go, our city gets dirtier? They said one time that we were going to get with one garbage person would resolve the city, make it cleaner. And if this city is cleaner, then either I'm living in the wrong city or I'm living somewhere else because it's gotten dirtier. Okay? At least we used to have a lot of haulers and that gave them jobs, and the city had its problems, but not. Another thing that's very important for you, if you're not registered to vote, register. Oh, it's not going to affect me. There's still, you know what? It does make a difference. One vote, two votes can make a difference on something. Vote no. Why are you going to vote no? Because you want accountability. And if you change this to a charter, there's another city that's our friend, Reading, Pennsylvania. Look at all the problems that Reading, Pennsylvania has had after they changed to home rule. Okay, so let me tell you, for those that speak Spanish, cuando cambian esto, que en la ciudad se corre ella misma y cambia la constitución de la ciudad, te van a subir los impuestos, te va a afectar a ti, te va a afectar a tu nieto, te va a afectar, tú estarás que te paga el gobierno 20% o la renta, te voy a decir, te va a subir ese 20%. ¿Ok? Vamos a, por ejemplo, si estás pagando 200, a lo mejor la otra vez vas a pagar 250. Y el 250 al mes, pues imagínate, 50 por 12, ¿cuántos son? So despierta, hispano, despierta, americano, despierta, persona que está afroamericano, ¿ok? African Americans, it's going to affect you too. Hispano te va a afectar, ¿ok? Los viejitos. Mira, vete a comprar huevos a ver cuánto tú ves que vale. Vete a comprar algo a la tienda para ver. Hay sitios ahora que tenemos que pagar por las bolsas. ¿Ok? Y había antes que la botería se pagaba por las bolsas, pero eso era hace tiempo. Pero ahora hasta tiendas grandes, y no quiero decirle el nombre porque no queremos mover la tienda, ¿ok? Pero que le cobran a uno. Y está bien que por lo plástico y todo, entiendo eso. Pero el problema viene siendo que nosotros tenemos que despertar. Y yo te doy las gracias por la invitación. ¿Por qué Iván Acosta va a votar no? Porque yo voy a votar. Hay gente que son hispanos, ahora son hispanos. Pero pregúntate tú cuando iban a la escuela si eran hispanos. Hay gente que ahora, I'm Spanish. Before they weren't Spanish, but now because of political, they're starting to say Spanish. Some of them speak Spanish. All they say is huepa and hola. You know, there's more to Spanish than huepa and hola. Start telling the truth to our citizens, okay? You cannot lie. And this has to, it's not a party thing because both parties lie. But you know what? It's time that we are important. Remember something? They look us up when it's election. But if there's not an election, when was the last time you had a year there's no election? Find out where are those politicians that come and knock on your door. And that's something you have to think about. Oh, it's easy. Oh, it's going to resolve because the city's going to get in debt. The city's going to get in debt because there's bad management. Bad management. There's a young lady that's running for mayor, and it's not an endorsement of her, but she needs to call me and she wants me to help her. I haven't gotten a call from her. So what I'm trying to say is get our act together as a community. Not because you're only Spanish, not because you're only African American, not because you're only white, because we belong in the same community. We cannot continue raising taxes with no accountability. If you can't afford your door, you wait till you have all the money. Look at all the times that they mess up streets and then they rip them up again. To what? It's costing you money. You're paying on the taxes that you're paying gasoline, and you're paying also the taxes on the schools and all this that's happening. So please vote no. And
thank you.
One thing that is so important that we need to talk about this is if nothing's going to change, why are we spending so much time on this? If nothing's going to change, why are we telling them, yes, yeah. I noticed something that they gave out in a meeting, and it said, no change, no change, no change. You know what? If no change, why are we pushing this? Why do we need it? Taxes are going to be raised anyways. That's a scare tactic. We need to find, if they raise taxes over the limit, they have to answer to the states. Okay? And so we're not owning by ourselves. The state will find out. So please.
And that's where the accountability falls. They do not want accountability. And when I say they, it's not just our mayor, it is an administration as a whole. What's happening in our city, as Yvonne pointed out, and I want to thank you again for coming out and sharing, your views and your points with us, because it's important for us to be intentional before November 5th. He had mentioned that Reading in Spanish, Reading is a great example. There was a woman that went to city to the council meeting, the home rule charter meeting the other day, and she is now in Lancaster, but was from Reading, and she expressed her views and her ways and why Reading is moving out of the homeroom charter. And if you read the articles that is out there, do your research, it tells you a little bit more. It digs deep. Everything is right at our fingertips. We have to do our research. We cannot keep falling for the okie doke. So lo que él dijo en español, te lo digo en inglés. What he said in Spanish, I say in English. There's a lot more that needs to be done, but we have to do it together. It's not about black, white, race, Hispanic, Dominican, Latin culture. It's about a body. We have to collectively stand for this charter that is trying to come into our city with no accountability, no commentaries. There's no questions that have been answered, and I know there has been some. So let me rephrase that. There's a lot of questions that we as citizens of Lancaster have been asking and has not been answered. So we have to be, at one on this. So I hope that you understand.
Sorry to interrupt. I want to clear something very important. It's like you going to a place and buying a car, and they're going to tell you the car, and when you want to ask the questions, oh, we'll answer that later. After you sign for it, after you get the loan for it, you think they're going to answer it? If the warranty doesn't cover it, if you're getting something, what's going to happen? It's not going to happen. So one last thing I also want to say is not only the responsibility of the mayor. We have council there, okay? We don't have representation by area, okay? And I support getting representation by different districts, okay? Because what happens is they unite, okay? And if you look at it, I think out of 58,000 people that we have, and we could take some off of that because being the children, they can't vote. Only 6,000 or 7,000 people decided this people to be there. So,
Wow.
en, en Lancaster hay como 50 o 60,000 personas. Muchos son niños, otros no. Otros pueden votar, otros no. Pero una cosa bien importante, que en la última elección, por 6,000 o 5,000 personas decidieron esa elección. Ve y vota. Estos 2 o 3 minutitos que pasa, ve y vota. Y no le creas a las personas, pregúntale, ¿por qué esto va a ser mejor? ¿Y por qué estamos pasando tanto tiempo en esto cuando hay tantos problemas?
Yeah.
¿Ok? Algo que le voy a decir que me molesta. Donde yo vivo, los carros pasan como si fuera una autopista. Where I live, so many cars go by like if it's
Highway.
a highway. So one thing that's very important, ask yourself, okay? This is not only the mayor's responsibility, this is council. And look how council is standing. And always ask, are these council people only coming to my house when it's election time? Or are they coming to my house through the year to find out? Okay? Mm-hmm. And they, you know what? Council shouldn't be a puppet. They should ask questions. Okay? And that includes with the president of council, all the other people in the different committees. And guess what? If you're a Christian, truth also. And if you serve Allah, also the truth has to be come out. You can't be lying and then saying, you need to do your stuff. So God bless you. Don't forget to please vote no. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So I'm sorry for the interruption, but thank you, Yvonne. If you can pass me the flyer, I am going to be sending these flyers to everyone. You're going to have one on your doorstep. It's written in English and in Spanish, and we are going to be intentional as much as possible. So we want you to understand why we're doing this, and it's for a reason. So we're going to be voting no for home rule. We hope that you do your research so that you can also vote no, and we can stand affirmatively for our city. No taxation without proper representation, right?
And there's a thing always remember. There was the Boston Tea Party when there's something else, but when it's us, they say, what is it?
We're gonna do we're a riot.
You're a riot. No.
Institute a riot.
Yeah, we're not doing a riot. This is a no for home rule tea party. No for home rule tea party. Is there a number we can
home give? Rule tea party. Well, I mean, this is going to be live on Facebook. If you want to comment on the commentary below, we'll answer your questions. Leave your number. Leave an email. Whatever we can do to stand together and get involved would be great. There are little coupons on here. You can actually scan the barcode. It'll direct you to what we're doing and hopefully give you more insight on the gatekeepers of the city of Lancaster. So thank you, guys. We love you. God bless you. Go out and enjoy your day. Let's be intentional. Register to vote, which is the primary thing that you have to do. It's not about Democrat. It's not about Republican. It's about saying no to home rule. Okay, so whatever you decide is your decision. At the end of the day, answer the question. Say no to home rule. We cannot afford this. Our family cannot afford it. Our children cannot afford it. We have to stand to, most importantly, criminal behavior.
No te olvides, vota no. No podemos cambiar esta constitución de la ciudad porque te va a afectar a ti, a tus hijos, a tu mamá, a tu abuelo y a tu tatarabuelo y a todas las personas les va a afectar. So, no te olvides, no. Noviembre 5 de este año, vota no. No por tu futuro.
No. No more political corruption. Bye, guys. We love you. Que Dios lo bendiga.
Dios lo bendiga.
Amen.